So not more than a week or two ago, we had that little spat between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump about she said he had been featured in ISIS recruiting videos, and then he said, well, you can't point to a specific one that I'm in, and so you're a liar. And then the weekend comes, and he's featured in an Al-Shabaab video, where they are using literally his quotes to make the case that you should join Al-Shabaab. Now, I'm not going to show the video because unlike some other media outlets, I don't do the work of terrorists and helping them to recruit, so I'm not going to spread their bullshit. Now, if you want to see it, it's all over the place. It's easy to find. I want to talk about the implications of it and Donald Trump's extremely childish response to what should seem like, well, maybe I should rethink some of the things I say if terrorists believe that they can get more recruits simply by playing my dumb face in the things that I've said. But he didn't have that response, not surprisingly perhaps. Now he says, Al-Shabaab, not ISIS, just made a video on me, which is true. They all will as frontrunner, and if I speak out against them, which I must, Hillary lied, because every one of his tweets needs to end with a 2-word sentence that ends in an exclamation point. So look, he has a point. It was Al-Shabaab, not ISIS. Al-Shabaab is not affiliated with ISIS. They are still affiliated with Al-Qaeda, although the distinctions to people not involved in it seem small. They all believe crazy fucking things and they're willing to chop people's heads off. But the distinction is important to Trump here, a person who probably had never heard of Al-Shabaab before and isn't interested in them. So he says Al-Shabaab, not ISIS. So she's wrong because it's different. He then goes on to say, they all will, since I'm the front runner. But Hillary lied because I hadn't yet been featured in one when she said it. But he's saying he believes he's inevitably going to be in all of them because he's the front runner. Then she didn't lie. She was right according to the logic that you just put. Granted, this is the first time anything he's ever said has been referred to as logic, but that's the case that he's making in his tweet. Of course I'm going to be in all of them. She says I'm in one? She's a liar. And yet many people find this persuasive, and they retweet it and they favor it. Someone who can't even think through what must be less than a 140-word argument. Now look, she was wrong, apparently. It hadn't yet happened, and it now is in Al-Shabaab. That is splitting hairs in a way that politicians don't even often do. Here is the important thing, the point that Hillary Clinton was trying to make, and understand, I have no particular bias towards Hillary Clinton. I support Bernie Sanders. I have no interest in Hillary Clinton looking good in the public eye, but if she says something and makes a good point, and he's being a jackass about it, I have to defend her. The point that she was making is not, I saw a commercial on Saturday on this particular website and you were in it and thus you're bad. The point was the rhetoric you're using is going to drive otherwise reasonable Muslims away from supporting our position or the values we hold dear or our policies that we're trying to put in place in the Middle East. It's saying we don't want to put out a message to 1.6 billion people around the globe that we hate you and we're coming for you and we're going to blow your ass up. We've been putting out that message for well over a decade. She's saying perhaps we should change it up a little bit. And when you say we're going to ban Muslims from coming into this country, that signals to Muslims around the world that if he becomes the leader of our country, then Muslims are at best second-class citizens. They might not even be citizens anymore, and that is a dangerous message to put out there. That's the point that she was making, that his rhetoric is problematic and he needs to change it up. Not that one particular group on one particular day. Nobody cares about those distinctions except for an idiot like Donald Trump. I'm not even going to read the second tweet. I had pulled out a second tweet that I was going to read. I'm not going to. I don't want to be the defender of Hillary Clinton, but he is saying dangerous stuff that is driving away potential allies. And before you say, well, if they're so reasonable, then what do they care about the rhetoric of one politician? If any group was being attacked on a daily basis by the by far front runner of a political party, don't you think that would make them second guess their views on America? If Hillary Clinton was daily attacking Jews around the world would probably have a problem with that. If Martin O'Malley he was delivering screeds against Hinduism every single day, Hindus around the world would be rightly a little bit concerned about that. It doesn't even have to be religion. If he was attacking genders or weight groups or economic classes, they're going to be worried about it. Bernie Sanders very often attacks the extreme rich in his speeches, as he should, and the rich are worried about it. I believe Muslims are as reasonable as all of those other groups. And so when they see a man like Donald Trump repeatedly attacking them and getting tons of support as a result of it, that is going to scare them and perhaps change their behavior in some way. That's the point she was trying to make. Al-Shabaab proved that it was true over the weekend, and Donald Trump can suck it.